they are going to completely close downtown Disney.
Your attention, please.
What is shaking, guys? Welcome back. It is nice to be on here again. I mean, face to face. I mean, I've been posting videos, but to be with you guys and to have our little emotionally filled rants or discussions or updates. And don't worry, Bowie's just hanging out. It's just me and him right now, so he's just hanging out here with me. So, anyways, there's so much going on in Disneyland right now. I could not just keep doing park adventures and our Florida vacation. I had to get on here and talk to you guys about some things, because there are some major changes, not just to the Disneyland Resort as a whole, but more specifically, downtown Disney. So I don't want to go into all the details about the closures of the restaurants in downtown Disney and just everything, because we've done videos on this. We've done multiple videos. We talked about the hotel, which has now officially been canceled. The new luxury hotel that they were going to build in downtown Disney is officially scrapped. Disney's done with it. Now, they've said they've tabled it, which means they're not throwing out the blueprints and everything else that they've had. But it's been canceled. So that leaves me one big question. What are they going to do with downtown Disney now? Because you have closed Rainforest Cafe, which there's only like 19 left in the U.S. when there used to be 38. So the Rainforest is dying out as it is. So Rainforest isn't coming back. ESPN Zone was one of two left, both in the LA area. And the Anaheim one was actually sold in 2010 to Zone Enterprise of Anaheim, something like that. So Disneyland owned it still, but this other company operated it. So there's no more ESPN Zones open, so this one isn't coming back. The AMC, they were already discussing changing and switching and all that kind of stuff. And Earl's Sandwich has since reopened. So what are they going to do with two massive buildings in Rainforest and ESPN Zone and all this land that they were ready to revamp into a hotel? What are they going to do with this? So here's my ideas. So I say ideas, but it's really only one, and it's really the only thing plausible that I can think of besides putting a hotel in. That's the first thing, and probably, the main thing is everyone says, oh, eventually they'll put a hotel in. But what are you going to do until then? You're just going to let this area sit? You're going to put new restaurants in, tear it down, start over? Well, if you're going to do that, well, here's my solution. Here's what I think is going to happen somewhat soon here. And that is, they are going to completely close downtown Disney and rename it Disney Springs. They are going to completely remodel, switch out. I mean, most of it, they're going to leave. I mean, World of Disney, guess what? They've copied Disney Springs, World of Disney, for the most part. The interior design, the signage, it's pretty much Disney Springs. So now you're adding a tap room, which I still don't know when it's going to open, because it doesn't seem like they're speeding along at all. They're adding a couple more restaurants. They're taking away the kid aspects. They took away Build-A-Bear, the race car building shop. That's gone. They're trying to make it a little more high-end. This sounds a lot like Disney Springs. Now you've got this whole section at the end of downtown Disney toward the Disneyland Hotel. Could you make that a Disney Springs marketplace? It's big enough. Put a whole bunch of little restaurants there. There's enough space. You can expand. All that space that you were going to use for the hotel, they can now use for Disney Springs. And I shouldn't say could use for Disney Springs. They are going to use to turn downtown Disney into Disney Springs. I just started thinking about this the other day. Disneyland is becoming second fiddle to Disney World. Disneyland used to have everything first, and then Disney World got it second. Now things are starting to kind of switch around. And I can really see downtown Disney becoming Disney Springs. You have the first section, which is you leave everything the same. Maybe change a couple little stores, but you can leave all that mostly the same. Then you can take the big section of ESPN Zone that's going to stretch out with the hotel area, or the former hotel area. You stretch all that out, you can put in restaurants like Wolfgang Puck. You can put in places like Blaze, Mod Pizza, the little quick servicey kind of places. You can put bars, you can put fancier restaurants. You can, really harness the retail, that downtown Disney feel that everyone's always loved about it. That intimate, you feel like you're in almost like a separate park. Well, Florida's captured that with Disney Springs. I mean, you feel like you're in another park, but it just happens to be retail and food and all that kind of stuff. So then you can even extend even more into, or I shouldn't say into, but towards the Disneyland Hotel. And you can even put Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana and Oakley, all these higher end stores all toward the hotel, because it costs a lot of money to stay at the hotel. You might get some high end people coming through those high end retail establishments. You can put in a Victoria and Albert style restaurant there, and you will get people to eat there. So it's not a matter of when, if this would happen, could it happen? Disney is going to transform downtown Disney into Disney Springs. Now, I don't know if they'll necessarily call it that. I'm not sure if they would necessarily call it Disney Springs, because then you're asking for confusion at that point. But I could see them maybe rebranding it, because you can't change it completely and leave it downtown Disney. You just can't do that. So I can see them rebranding it with a different name. But there are some major changes because of this hotel flopping. Whatever you want to say. Cancel, flopping, tabled, whatever you want to say. Them getting rid of this hotel, to me, is going to open up a lot more things to play with. Disney can kind of throw out a whole bunch of things, and hey, if this store flops, you put another one. It's kind of what Disney Springs does. Oh, this restaurant's good for a year. Okay, it's starting to fade. We'll bring in another high-end restaurant. You can do that kind of thing. That's what this canceling of the hotel kind of generates. And it's all on your property still. You don't have to worry about the city doing anything or anything like that. They're going to expand out and make Disney Springs. I don't know how else I can say it, because we all know downtown Disney's kind of the park side of downtown Disney. That's where everything is. Everything's down there. Without ESPN Zone, which I know wasn't that popular in the last 8 years or so, that rainforest was never that popular. I mean, yeah, I loved rainforest. I love rainforest. Like I said, the one here in San Francisco, that one's gone. Now the one in Anaheim, that one's gone. There's one left in California. It's in Southern California and Ontario. So, yes, I would love to have a rainforest, but if you're going to give me Wolfgang Puck there instead, I'll take that. So there's a lot of room. They can play with it. They can add a lot of things. You can make little features that really make it stand out. And they're going to make it into a third park, because there's no way they can do a third gate. There's just not enough room in the Disneyland Resort. They can't build a whole nother park. So what's the best way to do? What's the next best thing you can do? Build a shopping district that actually has a lot more things. There's a lot of space in downtown Disney. There's a lot of space in Disney Springs. Florida has the luxury of having a lot of space. Well, Disneyland, you've been handed this opportunity. You need to take it. To me, it's as simple as that. You've been handed this opportunity to all this land that this hotel left you. Utilize it for stores. Utilize it for restaurants. Make it a place that people, you don't necessarily have to go to the parks to get a little spice of Disney. To feel like you're there. You're in a different world. Downtown Disney is awesome. You walk over a road and you don't even know you're doing it. You can section it off and make it, you can just do so much with this area. And I just can't see Disney not doing this. To me, it's genius, and heck, they should just hire me. Do you know how many ideas I have that I could just completely transform downtown Disney? Now, I know I love downtown Disney the way it is. I would never want anything to change because I hate change. It's just not in me. You know, I hated Tower going away, and I still hate that we don't have Tower. But Monsters After Dark is one of the best rides in the park. Monsters After Dark. Pretty awesome. So, I'm not a big change guy, but this, after seeing Disney Springs and wishing I spent more time there, Disneyland has to start evolving any way it can. I know it's limited space, and I think this will utilize the space that they do have, and they can get the most bang out. They can make the most money out of it. So that's what's going on, guys. I want it to change, and it's going to change. It's just a matter of when. They are going to. It's just a question of when is it going to actually happen. So anyways, guys, that's about it for today. And I know I'm going to get this outro wrong because it's been a while since I've had to say it. But if you haven't done so already, guys, give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when other videos like this or other park adventure videos are uploaded. Please, guys, check out the Florida videos. We had so much fun especially filming them. Florida, we just had a blast. So check out those videos. Check out all the new Disneyland videos that will be coming out in the next few weeks. We're heading back there twice within 10 days. So we go out, we'll come home for 10 days, and then we'll come back down. So anyways, guys, leave your comments. I want to know your guys' opinion. What do you think? Do you want a Disney Springs style downtown Disney? If you want it just left the same and maybe just fill in those buildings with a couple new restaurants. So leave your comments. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. So anyways, guys, if you guys are at the parks, tell me you guys say hi. Tell them I'll see them soon. And yeah, I will see you all a little later.
Esteemed Mesdames et Messieurs, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you.